We're back with psychologist Dr. Connie McReynolds. So here's a few questions. Does an adult with ADHD have memory loss, or are they prone to dementia in later years?
But we haven't really found a direct correlation between ADHD and dementia or physical memory loss. However, when you do have auditory or visual processing problems, you can have impaired memory. It doesn't mean it's heading into some of the dreaded conditions of dementia or Alzheimer's. So it's really important that we make these distinctions, because with these auditory and visual processing problems, there actually is a solution for this. We do brain training. It's kind of a brain gym, and we're able to restore people's memory, concentration, focus, and attention with this, with about 20 hours of training. So It's really beneficial for people to figure out what they have going on and then to seek a remedy for ADHD.
All right, this person's asking specifically kind of like that. What if the visual and audio is affected? What do we need to do?
So for visual processing difficulties, this actually can show up as I can't remember where I put my keys. Children lose their backpacks. Maybe they can't find their shoes. They're visually disorganized. Maybe everything in their room just always looks like it's exploded in there. This is a visual processing problem. And what's so important to understand is this is not about vision or hearing. This is about processing, and this can be remedied.
Okay, and so how would you do that? Would you put like bins or something for them to have to put certain things in?
Yes, but remember, visual is still visual processing. So it may not be something that's very simple for this child to do. They may need one-on-one instructions, not because there's an intellectual problem or a cognitive problem, but because they cannot organize this. It is a near impossibility for a child or an adult who has visual processing problems to be able to follow through on these tasks. They are completely overwhelmed by it. So breaking these instructions or needs into very small segments, allowing them to repeat back to you what they understand, again, not because they don't have an intelligence factor here, but it's because they can't process this. The processing is what's getting in the way. And so yes, giving them organizational skills, but realizing they're not going to be able to necessarily take the lead on this.
Okay.
They're still going to need support.
We only have just a little bit of time. Someone wants to know, can you grow out of having ADHD?
I think people actually develop workarounds for it. Most of the time, the adults I'm working with have struggled with this their whole life. They've created some workarounds. They've been able to find their strengths. It is something that maybe they can grow out of, but it's going to be, they'll have some difficulty.
I understand. Okay, thank you so much for your time and your expertise. We so appreciate it. If you missed any of this, it'll be in the Who Wants to Know section of our website.